and welcome to this episode of Three Questions. I'm Greg Michlig, President and CEO at CUInsight.com, and it's great to be joined by Jesse Kohl, Senior Vice President of Corporate Development at Corporate Central Credit Union and President of InterLutions. Jesse, thank you for being here.
Greg, thanks so much for having me. Thanks for all of your years of service in the credit union industry. It was interesting to connect with you and learn about your background. I have 20 plus years in the industry as well with corporate credit union and a CUSO now. So thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
My pleasure as well, and it's a great industry to be a part of, and that's why we've stuck around for as long as we have. So I know our audience is likely very interested in what you have to share with us, and part of what you want to talk about is kind of the small credit unions and the biggest challenges that credit unions, especially small credit unions, face today. So I'm curious, how is Corporate Central helping those small credit unions navigate the challenges they have?
Yeah, Greg, we hear it from credit union leaders all the time, right? It's becoming more and more challenging every single day to manage and grow a smaller credit union. And it's I'll admit it's a challenge as a credit union service provider to deliver affordable or impactful services for smaller credit unions too. I've always said it'd be so much easier if there was a one size fits all approach when it comes to providing financial services, technology, payment services to all the different shapes and sizes of credit unions. But we all know that's not true. We have to be really creative, really innovative to customize our product offerings for small versus large credit unions. I've been at this for over 20 years now at Corporate Central. I think we've done a really good job of this. Yes, it'd be easier to have one product line for all credit unions, but I will say it's so much more rewarding, and I feel such a great sense of pride when we're able to build and launch something successful for smaller credit unions. And I'll share two quick examples here, Greg. Our employee benefits CUSO InterLutions, we built our own insurance agency to help smaller credit unions offer competitive health plans to their employee base. It took us almost 3 years to build that portion of our CUSO, but it was worth it. We've helped credit unions with only a couple of employees on staff. Now they're able to offer health insurance as a company benefit for the first time in their entire existence as a credit union. So incredibly meaningful and something I've been really, really proud of. One other interesting example I want to share, Greg, we were approached by a credit union leader that was spearheading this initiative to charter two brand new credit unions. These are de novo credit union initiatives working toward an approved charter. They wanted a corporate partner to hold their deposits, to eventually establish a line of credit, and even have the means to facilitate settlement and payments and services like wires and ACH. But most, if not all, corporate credit union membership bylaws, they require a credit union to be officially chartered by the NCUA before they can establish a membership account at a corporate credit union. So we had to approach our board. We had to change our bylaws. We had to work with attorney. We had to work with the Department of Financial Institutions for approval. It took several months, a lot of effort from multiple departments, but we changed our bylaws. We changed our process. We educated our employee base, and we're now able to allow credit union initiatives or de novos to join the corporate credit union movement. And we've had so much positive feedback about this initiative. And again, it was a long, cumbersome process, but really well worth it to help these smaller credit unions grow.
It's really interesting. Complexity on a number of different levels, just within the environment of small credit unions and the complexity of the different types of credit unions, but also then in navigating that de novo environment and trying to, really not trying, but actually transitioning in a way to be able to serve them. That's really interesting. And I know, we were talking beforehand, we're both Wisconsinites. I know Corporate Central is based here in Wisconsin, so I follow Corporate Central fairly closely. But I know you've been investing heavily in your technology platform and new solutions. So can you share what's been happening recently and why that matters for credit unions?
Yeah. The focus has really been around payments lately. It's been an interesting last couple years in the payments industry, right? With RTP, with instant payments, with even crypto, FedNow, blockchain, tokenized deposits, and then boom, the Genius Act comes out, which really made blockchain a reality and even a necessity for credit unions to get ahead of. So much happening in the payment space. That's all happening really fast. We're hearing from credit unions that it's really hard to keep up with. So, backing up a few years on the technology side, we decided to build our own technology platform to initially serve as our kind of core operating system, but also to serve as a more of like a digital banking and platform for all of our members to transact their business with us. Really state of the art technology. But the goal of the platform was not just for Corporate Central and our members. It was built with this open API technology. So really, any credit union, any QSO, any corporate, any core processor, or even any payment provider can really all connect within Bistro, our technology platform, and they can really all be a part of this kind of credit union built operating system. So that's kind of what we're seeing now, Greg, with our Bistro platform. Is now that blockchain and tokenized deposits are certainly here to stay and actually quite a threat to credit union deposits and balance sheets. We have this cooperative mechanism, this digital platform for credit unions to keep the payment rails in house and mitigate the risk of deposit outflow. So when you think or ask what's happening now with our platform or with our technology initiatives, why that matters to credit unions, it's exciting to know that the technology is already built to act as the rails and the settlement point for tokenized deposits. There's still certainly work to be done. There always will with how fast the payment space is evolving, but we're excited to be a key part of the solution now that we have this technology platform built.
Yeah, it is evolving quickly, and that threat of disintermediation that you alluded to
Mhm.
is definitely there. So, providing additional resources and technology to help address that is really important, and a great step by Corporate Central to move that forward, that initiative forward. So, you touched on payments and technology, but beyond those two things, what are some of the other ways your QSOs are supporting credit unions, particularly when it comes to attracting and retaining talent?
Yeah, it's a great question, Greg, because there's, as we know, there's so much focus on payments, there's so much focus on technology and AI, and rightfully so. But we are a people-focused movement, right? We're a member-centric industry, so we can never take that for granted. We can never lose focus that it's our employees that really make the difference in our members' lives. But attracting the right talent, retaining the right talent is getting more and more challenging for HR departments, especially when you consider how expensive employee benefit plans are, how expensive health insurance has become. When you look at the cost of health insurance, it has skyrocketed over the past 10 years. And that's tough for credit unions that want to continue providing competitive health plans to their employee base. So I think because of this challenge, one of our credit union advisory councils, which represent some of the largest credit unions across the country. These are multi-billion-dollar plus financial institutions. They asked us several years ago to build this collaborative health insurance pool exclusively for credit unions, and that's what InterLutions did several years ago. It took again some complexity and yeah, a lot of people, a lot of meetings, a lot of feasibility studies, a lot of work with this advisory council. But we formed what's called an insurance captive, and that allows credit unions to pool their resources together, actually purchase medical insurance at a much lower rate together. So you get back to the challenge of attracting and retaining talent and knowing that we are a movement that is well known for taking good care of our employees through competitive health plans. I think it's really more important than ever that credit unions work together in areas like employee benefits and health insurance, and we have a QSO that now can do that because we just can't do it alone and expect to compete with some of the biggest banks and the fintechs out there.
Yeah. Well, that's really good stuff, Jesse. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for taking the time to join me. It's been a pleasure to connect with you.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Greg. It's a pleasure to connect with you. Thanks for all the good work you're doing in this industry.
Absolutely. And I also want to say thank you to all who tuned in for this Three Questions video interview. We'll see you next time.